that. And then technically, oh yes, look at that. So I'm streaming on like vertically, because you know people are on their phone right now, they're like that. And apparently people are just too lazy to just turn in their phones in this orientation. And yes, I have glasses today. I don't need those, they're mostly comfort glass, so sometimes I have them, sometimes I don't, but yeah, don't worry about it. It just makes my my sight sharper, my vision, my artistic vision is much sharper with this, which is why it's so dull most of the time. But let's do this, my friends. Hello Cody, Sebastian, Talent, Isomatic, Susan, Nicole, Joyce, Louis, hello everybody, and hello to everybody that's coming from the Shorts feed. So I don't know what's going on with this new feature. I'm just testing it for today. If you're watching, like if you found the stream from the vertical, let me change the music, sorry. If you've found the stream from the vertical and you say, oh my god, what is this nightmare? Where is it? Like technically in the description, there should be a link where you can be redirected to the horizontal where normal things happen. But you know, that's so okay, we have like, I don't know, I'm splitting my streams. I don't know if it's good or not. I'm experimenting, but we'll do the best we can for today. And today is going to be about gesture drawing. And so I've got a couple painting projects that I need to do, and I need to rework on my gestures. I've got some ideas of women carrying, you know, jars, like very pretty much like, it's still working on my project, the Danaides. Don't know if it's how you pronounce it or not, but like yeah, I've got several poses that I need to work on, study. I'm gonna probably suggest a couple gesture studies from Andrew Loomis. Let me show you. I've got the book is here. Andrew Loomis. We're gonna use some of the pose just as a little warm up, and obviously I'm gonna then study from the model, but there will be no screen sharing. The only screen that I can share, I think, is this one, because well, technically it's a drawing. It's the Andrew Loomis. It's the inside of the book. It's just that, but much like it's better like on projection on screen like that, easier to do. But so very good book, very handy if you want to study the figure in motion, gesture, quick. Like the book doesn't give you, you know, clear technical, like it doesn't give you a clear line on how to do that, but it's good inspiration and it can be fun. So that's what we're gonna do today. And yeah, just chill and relax. That's the good thing about the book. I've already covered this previously in a stream. That's not the only thing I'm gonna work on, but that's kind of my approach towards gesture study is based on this book. So that's how I'm gonna proceed. But well, hello everybody, and thank you for liking, thank you for leaving the likes for the stream. It really helps. And yeah, so what I like about this book, look at that, is like you have good structure, like it gives you like good insights into how to structure the position of the body in relation to the position of like the perspective, the anatomy. You have lots of help. So a lot of people know about this book, so I'm not gonna waste too much of your time. I'm gonna start get to the drawing board and say but that's what I'm gonna do today. So studying for my paintings, so that's what I'll do. Okay, so next, when I switch, I'm just checking if okay, yeah, when I switch my scenes, it also switches here for the vertical stream. So I need to make sure that I have two screens to worry about here, but let's do this. You have two streams going on YouTube. One got 12 people, the other much more. Yeah, I'm kind of splitting my views for no reason. I don't know. Technically, the vertical stream is supposed to put me in how to say, like, you can check out the vertical stream, but it should be within the shorts. So whenever you're watching shorts, suddenly I might pop out in the shorts feed while people are swiping up. I don't know, like, that's what they're trying to encourage us to stream vertically like that. So I don't know, you can check it out. Let me know if it's working well or not, because yeah, I don't know, like, I think that maybe it's actually ruining the views on my normal stream, because we're only 30 people today. So probably it will just it will just ruin everything. But that's how YouTube works. Every time they come up with a new kind of technology, they just say, hey, do you know that you can do that? And usually it's a sign that you're supposed to try it, see if it works. And normally they like it when you do. The YouTube overlords, they really like it if you play with their new toys. The toys they've created for you. So, like, whenever they came up with the shorts, when they basically copied TikTok, it was really important that you tried doing them. They're really pushy with their stuff, but that's how they work. So right now I'm just trying, seeing if it works, seeing if it gives me significantly more views or not. Like, there's 18 viewers in the vertical feed. Hello everybody watching from the shorts in vertical position. All right, so what I wanted is to start with a little study like that. Okay. So let's just start. So I hope you'll see. Okay. And also let me know if yeah, the only thing with the double version, like double stream, is I'm gonna have a hard time getting the two chats. So the chats, they don't communicate by default, but well. Okay, so I wanted first, I'm gonna show you, because for this one I can show the one that I'm work on, and it's this one. And I'm going to work on this one. I'm going to make a study this one because it's kind of a pose that I would need. So let's see what the master suggested here for this one. When when the figure stands on 1 foot, the main weight is distributed within a triangle. If on both feet, then within a rectangle, about like the letters Y and R. So 1 foot. Ah, nice. Okay, let me change the screen position for you on vertical. So when it's on 1 foot like that, so it's a triangle, okay? Because all the weight rests on 1 foot. And when the figure is standing on 2 feet, so it creates more of a rectangle. So that's the rectangle that I'm gonna go for this kind of little warm-up. So let's do that. All right, let's see how it looks. Connected on 3 devices, oh my god. It's like Streamception. It's almost like Streamception. It's just, I'm gonna try to put stream here in vertical because we need stream on this one, so. There we go. So this way we have stream on this one. Okay, so I need to be very careful where I put my. So okay, I'm gonna just readjust. Okay, let's do that. I'll have a little. Make little marks. Make sure that I'm capturing the right part of my. Okay, so you can go all the way here. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. So I'm working with charcoal for the beginning. I don't know. Maybe I'll readjust with some type of pencil as I move on. Oh yeah, geometry. Man, it's both so important and also so not. I mean, artists, they have a way to think about geometry in a very, like, you know, you can be like the Renaissance artists, very much into geometry, very much being a nerd about it, like trying to calculate the perfect way to, you know, organize lines and stuff. Or you can be very spontaneous, and most of the time, the best geometry is the spontaneous one. That's what I think, at least. I think it works better if it's more spontaneous, but. You can do it, you know, most of the artists, most of the geometry that artists need, I mean, I'm gonna say it's pretty basic, right? Like, it's not rocket science. And you can go for, you know, organic geometry, basic shapes, and most of the time it will work much better, like, you know, basic triangles and stuff. It will, like, you don't, technically, you should never get, you know, measuring tools and, you know, use actual geometry tools, instruments to draw. It's kind of a waste of both of your time, and also it's a waste of the energy of your drawing. Like, the impact of the lines come from, you know, letting it slide at some point. Nice on the tablet. Nice, cool. Well, I've got all this fancy, it's not a fancy setup, but it's just, I have all this knowledge about how to stream vertically. So when they announced that, hey, we're gonna make it, it's going to be fresh and new, you can stream vertically now, I was like, oh, okay, I know how to do that. So finally, all this useless knowledge is going to kind of be useful for something. So let me try it out. Well, actually, a lot more people are watching from the vertical. Like, we have 66 viewers on vertical. Hello, vertical. But I've got, okay, yeah. Okay, that's strange. So it goes very slowly, but if you're just joining, if it's your first time, if you're wondering who's this guy in the shorts feed, that's me. My name is Florent Farge. Welcome here. If you're new to the game, because I know that sometimes the shorts, you can find stuff that you never really asked for. So if you're just coming from here, just sit back, relax. We're gonna do some nice gesture drawing today. Preparing for, studying for painting projects. And right now we're drawing from, we're kind of doing a little gesture studies. And that's what we do. Discussing, having fun. I'm not sure if the commands work from the chat in vertical. Might be worth the try, because I'm really not sure that that would work. All right, so let's do this. Okay, what I want is to create a woman holding a jar and actually pouring the water from a jar. That's what I want to do. Are you switching from one stream to the next? You know what I should do is also do that. Let me hold on. Yeah, I can do this and just this will, you'll have the wide angle. I tried vertical. How conclusive was it? Good? I don't know. I usually when I watch streams on YouTube, I prefer when they are horizontal. It's just, but you know, pretty much it feels like Instagram. I think what they're trying to do is basically, again, is they're trying to copy TikTok again. All right, so this would be the wide angle kind of shot. And so this will work well for people in vertical. Well, actually, I don't know if it will. I don't know if you'll see much if I use graphite, but it feels more like a graphite kind of day though, so. All right. Okay, so let's put this arm right here. Yeah, the vertical is just... I'm using the same cameras, just putting them vertically. It doesn't seem like it's really beneficial for me, because it's not doing great for me at the moment. I don't know. It's almost like ever since I started doing this horizontal thing, like I don't think people will really show up. I don't think the horizontal will be beneficial. The model here is hold on. I can show you this model there. The other ones I won't. I'm using this one. So yeah, I can't really show you the models for the next studies because of nudity. Nudity is yeah, well, the YouTube will not like me for showing you pretty much boobs. It's off-putting if it's at an angle, but if it's not at an angle, you'll see my big face, or like my big, you know, back of my face. There's no way around it. Like, or I need to dig a hole in my head. Like this is the only way that I can see that I haven't tried yet. I'm not super impassioned to try digging a hole in the back of my head so that you have a better view of what I'm working on. Actually, let me just change this one real quick. Okay. When I showed my calcite, oh, hello, numb and silent. Thank you. I'm glad you see no problem with the vertical. Oh, my balding spot, man. So you're really not nice though. You really have decided to make me feel bad. Talking about my balding. Ah. Okay, so if you don't want the screen moving, I can stop. It's not moving really fast though, but if you want. YouTube saving the world from seeing my balding. What do you think of AI art? Personally, I think it's replacing artists. I love your art as an artist. I miss chat art. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's replacing a huge part of artists who work, you know, like work in mass production of images. Like artists who work, you know, for video games, for, you know, fantasy gaming, like creating, you know, paintings of dragons, stuff like that in Blender, Photoshop. These artists are getting replaced. As far as the fine artist, the fine art aspect of art is concerned, I think it's just business as usual. It's just the same. Like it's not going to replace. It's not going to replace much because it's not like we had anything to start with. Way more people in vertical. Yeah, I'm not sure it's people who stick around necessarily. AI is replacing everyone, not just artists. Probably that's a bigger problem though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's for the best, but you know, it's just. Welcome to the robot revolution. Yeah, it's just like saying that machines replace, you know, it's just like saying, well, people used to plow by hand. Well, next they've invented like, they've invented machines that do it for them. And it's kind of replacing people, but people find other things to do. I don't know what will, if it will be the same with the kind of AI revolution, but I hope people find other stuff to do. When you're a fine artist, it's not like you're doing anything serious to start with, so really you shouldn't worry too much. But yeah, mostly in services, like people like secretaries, bank, you know, accountants, stuff like that, it's going to be like even programmers. When machines start programming themselves, this is where, you know, the real scary things can happen, because up until this point we have programmed the AI ourselves, but it turns out that an AI is really good at programming. And I think this is how the Matrix started. So who knows? Questions flow. Why didn't you start with hips? In this case, I'm pretty much, I'm pretty much copying, and the hips, I have them, but I need to make sure that the torso is in place first. It's usually start here is because this pose has this emphasis on what's happening in the hands. So there is a weight. Technically, you always follow the weight. And there is a weight, like imagine a mass like here. And in any gesture drawing, figure drawing, you always follow the weight. Whatever is bearing the most weight is what you start with. In my case, there is going to be a jar of water here. So that's what I want to do. So there's a lot of weight here. There's a lot of dead weight here in this empty space. So in the case of what I'm studying for, not in the model from Loomis, which is this again. Using a Andrew Loomis study. And so next what carries the most weight is then the torso, because it's much more like it's heavier. And after that, yes, you would do the lips, sorry, not the lips, the hips, because they basically balance the legs, which are the second most weight, carrying part of the body. And then you'd finish with technically you'd finish with the arms, but here in this case, the arms are a big part of this pose, so it makes sense to start with them, but normally the arms are for the end, and then the hands and face all the way at the end. I think we found a new format. So many views, yeah, but are they actual views though? Do people stick around? Like, I can't really see if the vertical... Which one is the vertical? Okay, people actually talk in the vertical chat. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's, it's just the thing that they're promoting at the moment. But I can stream vertically, no problem. Yeah, welcome everybody joining from the Shorts feed. I don't know if if it brings more views, like more fun, more people, more fun, right? But I want, what I want is good interaction with fun people. So if, for example, I don't know if you receive the notification, I'll try next Friday. Next Friday, what I'll do is I'll try only streaming vertically. This is the model that I'm using. Next Friday, I'll try drawing only vertical and see if you receive the notifications. Because if people don't receive notifications for the vertical, then I really have no reason to go there. Because what I want is, my regular people who normally watch the lives to receive the notifications. And I'm not sure it's notification based. I think it's just random, like people find the stream in their YouTube feed, and that's all it is. I am girl. Okay. New subscriber. Hello Moonlight. Welcome to the Welcome to the club. Okay. So the weight is distributed here and here. So there's almost no weight on the the foot here. I think that AI is overrated, like a magic thing that resolves everything. Yeah, I think it's overrated in terms of how much it's going to accomplish. Yeah, I'm not using compressed charcoal. Yeah, but AI, I think it's overrated in terms of how groundbreaking it will be. It will just simplify a lot of stuff and speed up a couple of, you know, stuff that used to take a while. It will take less time, but it's not going to be revolutionary. It's just going to be like technology improving as it should, creating lots of problems in the meantime, but like every innovation, technological innovation, has been both a blessing and a curse, you know. Huh. I'm using a regular charcoal. So, can you post a reference page for us on Discord? Yes. I think the commands might only work in the regular stream. Hold on. Oh no, the commands actually only work in vertical? I don't know. Oh my god, this is the messiest. Yeah, charcoal is awesome. Man, I should try to focus. I've been drawing like crap, I'm sorry. I'm giving you a very poor experience here. The hips are too high and the legs start too high. It's very clear. Technology. So I'm gonna change this, erase this line and swoop. Just pull it below a little bit, slightly. So have you watched the Friday stream with Brooke? Who was there? Isn't she something? It was such a fun stream. It was great. So if you haven't watched it, it's on my channel. You can add it to your watch later playlist. It was really fun. Very pleasant. Brooke is such a nice person. But the replay is still available on my channel if you want to watch, of course. One of the things about people popping in the vertical is that they don't leave likes on this. So maybe they don't appreciate the experience, I don't know. Or it's not as they're not as used to do that. Okay. Do I also have a mood swing when it comes to drawing? What do you mean? What do you mean, a mood swing? I always loved drawing, so I'm always happy. Yes, there are 2 streams. I know it's weird. I'm experimenting today with vertical streaming, and so basically streaming for phone and streaming for, you know, laptop and stuff, computer, basic streaming. So yeah, I can't actually make, it's not an option. You can't make the same stream available in both formats, so I had to so yeah, yeah, just it just allows me, YouTube allow me to make 2 streams at once, and but they don't really, it creates a kind of a, it would be great if it was just, you know, you choose what kind of viewing experience you want from the same stream, but that's not what, it's not something we can do. What I have to do is I have to create 2 actual streams on my computer, start them together at the same time, and now I have to, yeah, I have to make it myself. Like, it's not YouTube that makes this, it's that I have to do it all, and it's not always the easiest, but hey. And the problem is that the chat, they don't communicate, which is too bad. So right now I can see that the face is slightly too big, so I'm gonna change that. Sometimes with just a little shading you can discover some stuff that needs to be corrected. So the well, yeah, it's not surprising, Cody, because it's technically the same concept as TikTok. So basically people are going to find us right now where, as I'm talking, probably people will just find this stream out of nowhere, and they haven't really been looking for art. So that's not sure that we'll have genuine viewers, but sometimes we might have a new viewer who didn't know you were streaming, and it will be a good experience. So here, let me see if I have actually a little, I'm going to take a charcoal pencil here because I think it can be useful. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This is my little pierre noire, black stone by Conte. It's almost like compressed charcoal, but less, I would say less soft, less dark, slightly more workable in a way. is going to help me do not the details, because I don't want to. Blackstone, yeah, it sounds fancy. It's almost like the Blackstone, almost like a fantasy kind of stuff from Lords of the Ring. My favorite charcoal is, what is it? Vine? I think Nitrim charcoal is made out of vine. I don't know. I don't know. Is it willow? No, it's not willow. So I think it's, I don't know what it is. My favorite charcoal is Nitrim. No matter what, it's just, I don't know what their charcoal is made of. Really. I think willow. What I hate is that it has a bit of an empty spot in the middle that I don't like. Like, you know, the core is kind of empty. It's really not good. Like, you don't want that. Oh, how is this muscle group called here? This is very interesting here. I don't know the name. Frankly, I don't even know the name in French, so. But this muscle group here, it's very interesting. Wow. Latissimus dorsi. Nice, Sebastian. Wow. You know your anatomy. I don't know it by heart. I know it by eye. So with my eyes, I can see the shapes. I can see where the muscle groups should be just from my eyes only. So I can spot an anatomical error without too much research to make. But the naming, I never really spent much time learning how to name all these muscles, bones. Frankly, as an artist, it's not the best use of your time. Frankly, it's just memorizing them visually, memorizing their impact, like how it recurves, how it covers a certain part, what kind of shadows it creates. This is much more interesting. The name of the stuff, I mean, you know, not really super useful. Yeah, unless you're a doctor, technically you don't need that. Thank you, Mikey Gorilla. You're so cool. Okay, I think I'm really sorry. I'm guilty. I plead guilty. I overinflated her bosoms a little bit. So, yep. Thank you. Yeah, that's the whole point, is capturing the movement. Right here, I think. Yeah, I really like this movement. I think I'm gonna need this type of movement in my painting. I might actually take the exact pose from Loomis. If you just arrived and don't know, I'm working from the Loomis method here, and after that I'm going to make a different story from an actual live model, but I'm not gonna share it live on YouTube because of nudity. All right, so I'm gonna do, in the spirit of Loomis, I'm gonna just, you know, make it quickly like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the entire leg in shadow like that. And then I'm gonna, you know, intentionally go over the lines and then simply sharpen with my eraser. Let's see how we do. And yes, I've added a touch of white because I like the effect of white on a toned paper like that. Bluish toned paper. Really cool to use a little touch of white. For you on YouTube with the camera, yeah, I'm not really interested in these. Yeah, I know about these websites. It's just I'm looking for specific poses though. So yeah, but I know, yeah, definitely there are tons of great resources. There was even on YouTube like live drawing sessions, timed drawing session. I was saying something and I was cut by a comment, and I stopped listening to what I was saying. I interrupted my train of thoughts and I lost it. So I guess it wasn't so important after all. The weight doesn't quite feel right in the reference. The weight doesn't feel quite right in this one, in the reference, because it's a transitional pose. So basically, contrary to what he's saying here in this little text, there is actually no weight here. She could very much be lifting this one and just bringing her torso slightly back to balance herself up again. And here it almost feels like she's starting to transition into kind of a cartwheel. So it's an out of balance position, which is, it explains why the balance would feel strange. It's because it's out of balance, exactly that. So the weight doesn't feel right because she's, yeah, technically it's almost like the beginning of a cartwheel. She's transitioning weight from this foot to this one. And that's what I'm looking for actually, this type of, you know, pose. She's almost like falling, like technically she would fall like forward, like that. Or she would just, like the natural position of the baddie like that would be like, if she was really the foot, with the foot here, indeed it doesn't make sense because most of the weight is here, not here. So most of the weight is here. So if she was really in this position, she would naturally drop her bottom here and start kneeling like that. She would naturally go down if she was trying to stand in this position, or her leg muscles would really hurt. If she was willing to try to have a nice, you know, relaxed pose in this position, she would have to drop down or be extremely cramped at the end of the session. or just do a cartwheel and you capture it with a camera, and this way this is the magic of photography, is you can capture movement as it goes. And actually, painting after photography was invented, they actually had to change a lot of their a lot of misconceptions about movement, especially movement of the horses. A lot of stuff was not really on point before before photography was invented. And as soon as you could capture, you know, the movement of a running man, the movement of a horse running, for example, with chronophotography, as soon as you can do that, it had a significant effect on the painters back in the days, because they had to rethink a lot of the old principles. They had to, especially for horses, it changed a lot for horses. Photography changed a lot. And it's funny because when photography was invented, first the painters used it to understand painting even better, and kind of had a more scientific approach to image creating, which was really cool. There was really a very productive period of the 19th century, which actually led to, you know, Impressionism and really very innovative art movements. And the first photographers, they were really trying to imitate the style of painting, especially because at the time, photography had to be very static because of the long pose. You had to take the pose for a very long time, not moving. So a lot of the early photography was very reminiscent of painting and taking all the codes of painting. And it took a while for photography to become an art form of its own, you know, really with its own vision, not just trying to almost imitate painting. And then it kind of replaced painting, and painting became an actual fringe, a very small niche. Because photography was invented and painting was not the only way to produce images anymore. So it opened a new door. It's art and I love it. Well, I'm glad you love it, Deborah. Hi, David. Hey, yo, Riz Shake. Loving this mid-tone quality we have going. Looks lovely. Thank you, Cody. Like your skills. Thank you, Deborah. Hello, Aya. Thank you. Need a live model, Riley. Come on. Be nice, behave, we're on YouTube. Live models, finding live models, it's a question actually. Should you get on, you know, if you're, for anybody interested in painting from life, it's actually worth it if you can join an art club or an art school, whatever, where you can actually do live sessions every once in a while, because doing actual live model sessions is very much it's actually a very important experience that you have to go for at some point. And so if you have the opportunity, try to find a club of some sort where they do live sessions. Otherwise, the other option is, go on the internet and find, models online. But working from a photo is not the same. I'm working mostly from photos, but I've also done the actual work with live models. So I know what I'm looking for, and I can, simplify the process for me with photos. It would be unreliable for me to always have live models, like, go full Shane Wolf, for example. Shane is a wonderful artist who only works from live models. But that's an entire thing. It's an entire... And I know that's how they used to work, like Bouguereau, all these guys back in the days. But the thing is, you have to use what you can get your hands on, and photography is a tool like any other, so there's no shame in drawing the figure from photographs. Just make sure you have the rights and you are not using images without permission. Any tips on how to improve work? Just no, not really. Not quick tips. My entire channel is tips on how to improve, like on specific things. But in general, like there is no, like I wouldn't really dare to give you like, draw every day kind of tip, or something like do this miracle technique and you'll get better. It's more find a good reason to make art, and then find what stands between you and your art, what's holding you back, and just practice that until you get it right. I'm bad at body postures and anthropometry. Well, it gets better though. So it's pretty important with the foot. The foot really balances the weight of the rest of the body. Basically, it always goes, well, in this position it's hard to see, but it always goes like this within the hips. Then here, so how the weight is distributed on the leg. So this goes from the hips, it tilts in this direction, then on the knee like that. Within the knee, you have another like little movement like that. Within this part of the leg here, the weight goes like that. And on the foot, it's kind of distributed in all directions. And this kind of weight distribution movement, it's very weird, but that's actually what makes our legs springy and strong. If it was all like uniform, and if all the bones and all the ligaments were in the same orientation, it would make our leg less mobile, less, springy and athletic. And actually, the weight distribution works like that in the legs because we are so good at, jumping and like athleticism in general. We're pretty good, well-designed animals, believe it or not. We don't have like crazy stats. We're not crazy fast like a cheetah or something. We're not crazy strong like a rhino. We don't have horns, but we're pretty damn athletic creatures. Or not all of them, but we're capable of that, and we have the body to do pretty crazy stunts if you think about it. We're animals with no claws, no big sharp teeth, with just a big brain, which is already pretty OP if you think about it. But we're capable of learning and trying some incredible stunts. Like, what kind of animals do gymnastics? What kind of animals do, like, the circus movements that you see, all the stunts, the amazing, incredible jumps we're capable of. And this is because of this very strong, springy weight distribution of our legs makes us capable of that. Even though it feels like we're pretty weak physically, because of course we're not as strong as bears and stuff, but don't get us wrong, we're pretty OP animals, which is why we got here where we are. Have you seen the Tier Zoo videos? Very cool, and how humans are OP, and our arms and backbones and everything about our upper body is also very OP, because we can throw things. The top of our body is independent from the bottom, which is also something that many animals don't really have, or not to this insane level. So we can just jump and throw things at the same time. We're pretty crazy animals. All right, I'm gonna just finish this one real quick. And yeah. How'd you draw the feet? Well, the feet are a nightmare, but most of the time you'll be happy, because most of the time you don't really have to draw them. What you want to draw of the feet you don't have to draw really the details. What you want is to draw kind of mostly the footprint of how they balance the weight of the body out. Like in this case, it's kind of a tension here. And you can leave it pretty, you can leave it like that. You don't really have to go much in the details of all the toes and stuff. What you want to get is how the foot balance out the weight of the rest of the body. How it does ground the figure, or not in this case, because it's not grounding the figure, it's kind of pushing the figure into some sort of a cartwheel movement here. Almost about to, actually. Yeah, Cody, if you can, it would be very great if you could also mod there. So if you don't mind modding. It's not the same crowd, I assume. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my next project. Would the calf extend out more due to the muscle? Well, you can force it out a little bit. I always find it kind of elegant if you sharpen the calf muscle a bit, and you can thin the knee ever so slightly, and there is the anatomy and there is also the elegant line. And sometimes you have to make anatomical mistakes on purpose for the sake of art. Quick question, how do you do the keg shower? Salut Charling. The leg shape. How do you do the leg shape? Yeah. Well, the leg shape, if you can rewind, I don't know if you can rewind in vertical, but I just explained the weight distribution of the leg. Huge, very important. Let's draw a leg. Let me take just a leg, and I'm going to do just this demonstration. Find this extremely important to understand about the human leg. Very crucial to understand. Let me show you here. Well, just right next to this, actually, next to this part. So when you have a leg right here, you have a shape like that. Like that, you have the knee here. And I'm gonna explain how I do this shape. So this would be a leg, and I'm going to explain how I shape it. Actually, let me change because now the arrows will not be in the right orientation. But look at this arrow here. I'm gonna just move my screen ever so slightly. Yeah. So here it is. The shape of the leg. Okay, so this would be the hip, one hip here. So from the hip, it starts, it goes like that. And actually you can feel your hip bone on this side. You can feel it poking out of here, right? So, and most of the weight of your body actually is here. So it's in your torso, your organs, all of this, it's all pressing on your hips. And then the hips distribute the body outwards first until it reaches this top part of the femur. Then this bone goes more inside. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I just want to show you kind of the weight distribution. Then the knee will just take the weight and put it back again in the opposite direction. Then the calf and the calf muscles go back in the opposite direction, and then the foot just stabilizes, right? So that's what you have to understand. And you have to understand a couple key points. This key point of the knee, so where the knee attaches here, it's super crucial that you get the right orientation. So basically, where is this one? This one should be higher than this one. This one should be more like that, more soft. And here there is actually a very important anatomical point that you have to, a low point that you have to keep in mind. And this one is super important. Then the calf, it starts, this one is higher than this one. If you don't get that, your leg is going to look weird. It's going to look like a big ham. This muscle here on this side, on the interior side, starts below this one. And this one has a slightly sharper, you should get this point here. And then it should get it more inside and curve inwards. If you want to exaggerate this movement slightly, you can. It will work out. And yeah, just make sure that you understand how it attaches and how the weight is distributed. And after that, you'll understand why the leg is shaped the way it is, and you'll avoid doing this, you know. Because that's not a leg. That's not a leg, because the muscles don't work like that. The actual shape of the leg, again, is like that. See? That's how you understand and keep this shape. You can train this shape again and again until it becomes, you know, second nature, if you want. Well, I'm gonna need the space, so I hope you got this. But yeah, I'm gonna need the space for my next figure. Next figure, I'm not showing it on YouTube because of the censorship that I might get. You need to understand the complicated stuff so you can simplify with elegance. Exactly. Exactly. All right, so I wanted a... Okay. So I'm gonna turn this here. the next figure is going to be here. Let me see if it fits. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it as big as the other one. All right, so in this one, I have a contrapposto and she's carrying, so I'm gonna focus first on the prop. She's carrying a vase or a jar and she's pouring water from it. So I'm gonna focus first on the object that she's carrying, because it's always like that. You always follow the weight. Always follow the weight. So here is the object. She's pouring water out of this. All right, I will do the water effects later on. So now all of her weight is going to be balanced around carrying that. So her body and this jar work together, and the weight is kind of shared, equal parts. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start studying how she balances out her movements to work around the weight of the object she's carrying. Always follow the weight. That's always the most important thing about movement. The body, we don't think about it that much, but the body has to carry itself, has to hold itself up, and it's actually a miracle that the body can stand up on its own like that. All right, so I'm gonna first work on the arms. Normally the arms are the thing you do in the end, but here she's actually holding. So the arms are actually carrying very important weight that I need to take in consideration here. So one hand is here, the other one is here. Okay. No, so this figure is from a photo model that I can't show for TOS reason. But I'm still using the same principles that I've learned myself. I learned them from Loomis and from working on during live classes. Okay, so here so the sternum would be here, breast would be here. One breast is covered by the other hand, the other arm, sorry. Arm, not the arm. Sometimes I have a tendency to put H where they're not needed. The thing I do. So she has a big contrapposto in this pose. She has legs. Her legs in this case are crossed. So very interesting. So you have a crossing of the legs. Most of the weight is all here, so it's pretty central. It's just, instead of having a normal triangle like that, like normally you have a triangle, in this case, you have a sort of a shape like that, a double triangle, if you wish. But it's pretty stable. You can cross legs. It's still the central, the very center is here. And the legs actually form a pretty stable triangle on top. As you can see, it's a very stable pose. Much more stable than the previous one. Thank you, Susan. Maybe she's a bit taller. Something is wrong. I would really like it if she could be, if she could appear as tall as the other. I think I need to take these shoulders and make them slightly higher, slightly longer. And I think that by doing this, visually she would, the second one, this is always super tricky to do, make all characters of similar size. Okay. Yep, alright. The legs, there's no surprise, so I can keep it like that until I'm sure of the top of the body. There shouldn't be too much of there's no element of surprise in the legs. As we saw, it's a very stable position. Unusual, elegant, but pretty stable. No imbalance in the legs. Okay, it's just there is a kind of a dynamic line that she's. Yeah, I'm gonna just make the contrapose so slightly more pronounced. Hold on, you don't see much here from the top. Yep. Okay. Yeah, one stream is much quieter than the other. I don't know if it broke my normal stream to do the vertical. The vertical works great, like in terms of viewers and chat rate. It's insane. Because I think whenever they come up with a new, new stuff, they promote it heavily. So they make it, and also because it appears in the shorts feed, and a lot of people are watching shorts, so that's why the vertical stream is doing better. Yeah, it's just it's not in shorts, but it's my stream. It's actually a live stream, but it appears in the shorts feed of people watching shorts on YouTube. So it's not technically a short. It's not short at all because it's a stream, but it appears in the same kind of, you know, window that people usually get when they are watching shorts. And that's why I have more viewers than usual on this, but also a lot less viewers in my regular horizontal stream. Because if it's your first time here, first of all, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the experience. I do stream every week, vertically technically, but on YouTube every week I'm streaming. Oh my god, she's ugly as sin. Sorry, I lost focus because she's just too ugly. I'm just going to simplify for now and see if I do details later on, because she's not supposed to look this bad. Sorry. Yeah, but anyway. Just welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the experience. Live art. That's what we do every week. I think it's the neck. The neck is too long in this case. Okay, I'm gonna leave you can leave the head for later, because the head is pretty much independent from the rest of the body. You can have your body facing a certain direction and your head in the opposite direction. So what I'm gonna do for now, just note that I'm gonna do a simplified version of the head, just to note where the eyes are looking. Bruh, why don't you draw legs first? I have legs. Look at that. I have legs. This symbolizes the legs. I can do that in the end, in this case. Because I know there won't be, there are not going to be a problem in this case. What's going to be a problem is more how she actually carries this this jar. Because this is more tricky in this case. But yeah, indeed, if she was not carrying an object, it would make more sense to draw the legs and draw the arms at the end, at the very end actually. But here, the object she's carrying changes everything. This is more tricky to balance than the legs. The legs are stable. They're here and here. I have nothing to worry about. I know where the legs are, and I have no issues with the legs, so I can keep them for later. They're not going to move. They're pretty static. Not the same as this pose. This pose, the legs were way more important, you had to understand the legs way earlier. In this case, I can pretty much keep the legs for the end, which is pretty unusual. I agree that most of the time it doesn't happen like that. I start with the nostrils. Thank you, Socrates. I do speak a bit of German, but don't try me now, because my German would be just horrible. Last time I was with Alpai, I tried to welcome him with a couple words in German, but it was terrible. So okay, so this arm here is tricky. Yeah, we must play. Yes, Vive la France! The charcoal I'm using is Pierre Noir HB by Conté. It's compressed charcoal. Or, it's technically not charcoal, but you know, you get the point. It's the same color as charcoal, so it counts as, I'm gonna count it as charcoal in this case, but technically not the same. But finally you can do legs. Lost my mic. Okay. And take a little break. Changed the batteries in my mic. Sorry. Ah, damn batteries. Sorry about that. This reminds me of trying to be mature in those school lessons, just talking about human anatomy. It's pretty much immaturity of internet. It's a thing. All right, batteries will be changed in a couple seconds now. And yes, I know technically I do have a mic, so I hope that this one works. Now, check, check, double check, check. Okay, yeah. I also have a lav mic. Can you teach about how to draw faces with the Loomis method? Oh, yes I can, but maybe for another episode? We can call that a topic for a next episode. That's actually cool. It's actually cool. It's a very interesting technique. It's not a technique I used, but it's a very interesting technique if you have to draw from imagination. Very, very interesting indeed. The other chat is now a dating chat. Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? What have I created? You know, I was like, hey, let's try vertical streaming. Sounds cool. People will join from the shorts feed. That's nice. What have I created? Well, what has YouTube created though? That's the question. Okay. So yeah, leg. Sorry about that. Bro, what are you drawing? I'm drawing a lizard. I don't know, like, what type of question is that? We are doing gesture studies, which means that quick drawing sessions where you're trying to study the position of the body, how a pose works, how you can incorporate in your painting, which is in my case what I want to do. Ultimately, I want to try to see if I can make one of these poses work in a future project for a painting. So that's the idea. And that's why you do gesture studies. You study the gesture. Study the pose. Study everything you can and need. I don't think I'm such a fan of the legs crossed like that though. I don't know, it does look good. I think it's just that one is more like here. Hey, hello Jeff. So, somebody has to explain Jeff to the new viewers in chat, because like Jeff is you know, very special. I mean, you have to know about it to get it. Jeff is a fly, if you're wondering what happened. Not just any fly. It's our friend Pet Fly, I guess. Only the OG viewers know about Jeff. Okay, I'm subbing right now. See, this is the power of Jeff. Jeff the Fly. Has magical fly buzzing powers. Is there actually a fly superhero? Because there is Spider-Man, right? We all know about Spider-Man. Oh my god, emoji wall. Emoji wall, everybody prepare.
Emoji wall unlocked. This is chaos. Seriously, we need to break YouTube with emojis. We have 1 minute.
Yes,
Let's go,
it works
chat.
in
We can do it.
in the vertical though.
Let's go, chat. Quick, spam emojis.
Yes,
We need
yes,
to
you
fill the
heard right.
screen.
It's emoji wall,
No
just
time to
spam
waste.
emojis.
I'm serious.
No thinking.
We have to spam emojis.
No time.
in
We
chat
have
now
to.
before
We
the
have to
timer
do
runs
it
out.
right now. Let's go. Let's
Hurry
go.
up. Quick, let's go, chat.
Except that, oh
We
my
have to
god,
spam
there's no.
emojis
Yeah,
in
it's
chat
only
now
for
before
the
timer runs
horizontal.
out. No
It's
time to
emoji
waste.
wall, but it
I'm
doesn't work in
serious.
vertical yet because I
Hurry
haven't
up.
adjusted. But whatever.
Let's
Just
go, chat.
spam emojis.
Let's go,
Don't
chat.
think.
Let's go, chat.
It does
Let's go,
nothing.
chat.
You'll see the horizontal stream and you'll see what it's all about.
Hurry up. It ends in 5.
If you don't understand
4,
what's happening,
3, 2, 1. Stop.
that's it. Chat rate 29. It's actually a rate that we've never seen here on this channel. Look at that. So it does nothing because I haven't set it up for vertical. I didn't know this would happen, but hey, you did great. Cody, you unleashed something. I don't know if you know what you signed up for, but you probably unleashed a beast with this one. Yeah, emoji wall is one of our things. I don't know, it's fun, a little game. It technically what it does, it just fills up the screen, but like here it's just the joy of spamming emojis. Think of it like that. Just thank you, Worms Swag. Worms are swag. Worms are swag. They are. You know? Hey, little known fact. I don't think I've ever said that, but I have a worm farm in my house for my garden. And worms are swag. They're really amazing creatures. And if you know anything about gardening, you know how important they are. Like earthworms. They're super vital for any gardener. For the life of the soil. And I do have an earth farm, a little earth farm, very little. It's actually like, I would say it's not bigger as it's this big actually. It's the size of my, it's like a little column with several levels. Every time we have some you know, veggies, leftovers, we give it to the worms, and then you get some nice, absolutely amazing compost out of them. They're extremely useful animals. Thank you, Joel. What type of genre do you like in art, like anime or realistic? Yeah, I prefer realistic. And my favorite genre is well, let's call it a genre. It's not technically, but it's Caravaggio, like the art of Caravaggio. It's my favorite in art. I'm sorry, my microphone is a bit noisy. I don't know why. Okay, I think I need to disconnect this one. Right, I'm gonna use only this one from now on. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna put the volume up slightly. Okay. It's gonna be kind of awkward for me because normally I draw with my mic on me, my left mic, and here it doesn't work anymore, so I'm gonna have to use my normal mic. But it's not made for being used when I'm drawing. It's not oriented properly. It's kind of in my face, basically. Kind of awkward. All right. Let's put some highlights, and you'll see how powerful it is. A little touch of white can be on toned paper. Just slightly creating an effect. just find where the light hits. Just put a little touch of white there. Caravaggio was a crazy guy, yeah, but crazy talented also. Crazy talented, so. And indeed, he got himself into trouble more than once. And every time he had to pay himself off, like pay his debt basically, with regards to the authorities with his art. And they were willing to consider not punishing him too severely because of his talent. And I think a big part of why his art is so amazing is also because of the chaos of the man. Chaos of his life, how he was trying to redeem himself for his, you know, his demons. The talented are always forgiven. Yeah, I think he would have been cancelled if it was today. Definitely. And some people are trying to retroactively cancel him. But nah, it's not gonna happen. Big feet. Let me shorten that. What would be the best strong you've ever done? My personal tip for learning anatomy: start 4 years ago. Next best time is yesterday. All right. How about today? I can't war anything. Well, it's a good thing, in my opinion. Hey Flo, do you like John Singer Sargent? Yes, absolutely, I love it. Love his work. It's typically not the type of way of working that I have. Like, it's not something that I really can do. Like the Sargent kind of style is really not something that I'm good at. I'm not, loose enough in my brushwork. I don't have this, loose quality in my paintings, but I hope to learn more from, the style of Sargents and the likes. Sometimes my drawings are too simple and I want my anatomy and gesture drawings to look more natural. Well, I think you should... well, isn't simple and natural... what difference would you make between simple and natural? Because I'm not sure I get your point. Like, to me, simple and natural would kind of almost be the same. Like, this here is not natural. Like, if you take a photo at random in the streets, there is almost zero chance that you'll find someone in this position. Most of the natural looks way simpler than that. The natural pose. This is an obvious pose. Theatrical. It's almost choreographed. That's now how you would pour water. So I consider that what I'm doing here is the opposite of simple. Calf muscle bit way too big here. Need to sharpen, but the eraser here for that, you draw as much with your eraser as you do with your actual pencil. Think of complex mathematical equation. Once you get to the solution, it looks nice and sweet, but it took work to get there. I like this way of phrasing it, Nesto. And yeah, it's true for a lot of things in art as well. Well, a lot of thing in, you know, knowledge in general. It's like you get this big aha moment, but it takes a lot of work to get there in the first place. Alright, maybe I'll recarve a bit. I don't know, I'm not really satisfied with how this pose looks. It's not what I want. There's something with these legs that I find, and I'm pretty accurate compared to the model. It's just now that I see it, I'm less fan. Alright, so that's study number 2. And I think this will conclude this streaming session. Alright, hold on. Okay, hello, hello. Alright, this was it. So this was fun. Streaming vertically and horizontally. So I hope I'll see you for the next one. Next one will be Friday. So next Friday, don't miss it. We'll be streaming still on YouTube, same place, same channel. Make sure you have all notifications turned on for this channel. And yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like before you go. Do your work, do your job for the channel, do your part. And yeah, take care, everybody. I'll see you for the next.